Welcome back to the program. We are heading straight to Engine Behind the Power segment, and tonight I am joined by a young man, 25 years.
Yes.
It's quite an age to be in, considering how much you have achieved. But Peter Kamau.
Yes.
Who is Peter Kamau?
Peter Kamau is a young man, born again, and Jesus is my Lord and Savior.
All right.
Born in Katanga. Elizabeth is same in Katanga. School in Chomo High School and Mafai Primary School. I think real estate developer, CEO for the Hubland Limited, based in Loiro, Wakulima House.
Well, so at 25 years, you have a company.
Yeah.
And I also understand that you are a youth mentor.
Yeah.
And a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
How do you get to do all these things at 25? Because the people were in their 30s and they're still trying to figure out what is really going on.
Yeah. Well, one thing, everything comes with a passion. And it all depends what you have gone through for life. And now, I always tell people, anything that you go through in life, the challenge that you walk in life does not come to kill you. It comes to make you strong. And it is a testimony for tomorrow to encourage somebody who is giving up in life. So working in those areas, it's by passion. And things that I passed in life when I was a young boy, and up to when I used to travel 10 kilometers to school where I was school in Chomo High School. So it keep moving on, and I keep knowing my destiny is greater than everything else. So I say the greater the struggle, the greater the victory.
What kind of parents do you have? Because clearly they must have really had some influence in you.
Sorry, my dad passed 1996.
Sorry.
My mom passed 2006. I was in class 6 by then. So since 2006, I've been like, I used to stay my own life. So nobody could question me anything. So I grew up with that thing that I was a naughty boy somehow. But back 2018, back 2008, I received Jesus. And that's where my turnaround of my life came in.
All right.
But I've been inspired by so many people, one of them being my pastor. So really inspired me a lot. Yeah.
And the real estate, is it real estate plus land, or you just deal in land only?
I deal with land only, construction. We also do holiday homes. We also do land selling.
Okay.
And we have, our main aim of the Hubland Limited is to help people to make sure they have own plot in this Kenya and all over the Kenya.
Many times you find that some young people, they get lost at some point. And according to you, live alone getting saved and knowing God, you clearly have that path that many do not have. What is that drive that you have that probably some of the guys in your age do not?
One, when my dad passed in 1997, I was around 4 years by then. We were chased away by brothers to my dad. So my mom took us away and we went to somewhere in Nyeri. So when we were in Nyeri, something keep on telling, because my dad, we were chased because of land. Because the land was too small. We were 4 boys, and brother to my dad were having 4 kids. And the land was 3 acres. So the land was not enough for everybody. So they found the only easiest way to chase my mom away. And we are brought up in shopping center, in rental houses. And it was paining me. And I said, one day I'll be able to settle people and settle as many as I can. And one thing keep on, that drive that keep on moving is because I made a promise to myself. I'll make sure I'll settle so many people. So the strength that I have today is what I went through back then. That tells me that you need to settle so many people as you can. It doesn't matter what you went through, but you have a space and you have a room to change your life.
So settling people, are they paying for the settlement, or you're settling them for free?
I'm settling them at a cost.
All right.
As in the Hub Land Limited, we don't sell product, but we give at a cost.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
You know, when you're paying at a cost, it's the kind we are helping, but indirectly we are paying at a cost to feel a pinch so that we can take care of it.
Wait. Let me get this straight. A piece of land goes for 800,000.
Yes.
Does it mean that at a cost will probably cost 400,000?
No, at a cost to go around 700,
Well,
650.
That's a difference of 100,000.
Yes, it is at a cost.
All right. Anyway, moving on. You have a program going on where you speak to the youth. Is it just about your experience as Peter Kamau, or you look beyond? You see potential in this youth and try to harness that?
One, I tell, you know, I also tell them I was a hawker, by the way, and I was a tiny boy at Zigariza Odelo. I used to be a tiny boy there. Then I went and I was a hawker along the road. I used to sell sweets along there when there's a traffic. So I encourage them and I also empower them. I think by now we have more than 30 children that we are paying school fees for. And we also, when we see the gift and we see the potential in that person, we nurture it and we make sure they have grown to a capacity that person can become responsible to himself.
All right.
Yeah.
And we know that many young people begin like yourself.
Yeah.
And then always they look at parliament. Is that an option for you?
No, to me, politics is not my main thing.
But
my main thing is to empower people.
Okay.
And to encourage as many young people to tell them they can make it in life. Because I always believe in people, even people when they go to parliament, they always have challenges. They also need people to encourage them. So after wamepigwa kure buge, they always fight me, and I always encourage them. And I always tell them this is a way. Let's keep on empowering people. And let's keep on making sure. I always believe anything that happens in life, it happens with a reason. That's number one. Number two, all of us, we have a responsibility to empower the society and to give back to the society. It's not a must to give back to society when in parliament. You can also give back to society in your capacity, in your various capacity of life. And that's what I believe.
All right. And right now we have class 8s who have just finished their KCPE.
Yeah.
Let me not call them class 8s. Some have passed really well.
Yeah.
And the most encouraging thing is that 50% of those who sat for that particular paper got 250 and above.
That's encouraging.
And it is something that we have never seen before. And some of them are very ambitious. Some want to be doctors, others want to be engineers, others want to be journalists.
Yeah.
But it is not always a reality that all these dreams come true.
True.
So how do you think they need to approach it? Should they go with the same momentum, or they need to have plan B?
Me, I always believe in one thing. It is either I make it or I make it. I don't have always a plan B. So one, you need to cultivate, you need to know your strength, and you also need to have a mentor. As always, I always tell people. Because immediately after finishing primary school, I was looking up to one person that called Kamau. So he used to inspire me a lot. I used to love to be a news anchor, but I came to realize I cannot become a news anchor. I have got as much I can do, as you guys are doing a good job. So I always believe everybody have a unique gift that God have given you. So one thing you come to a level that you can really understand your gift and how you can nurture it very well. So, and don't give up. If you are focused to become a doctor, focus on that. If it does not work, it will work. So I always believe if your energy is there, if your effort is there, it's gonna work. So I also encourage those people who passed, and some of them they got below 100.
Yes.
I can also tell them they can also make it in life. So it doesn't matter where you come from, but what matters a lot. Because I always believe the greatest gift that you can receive in mind is deliverance of mind. So if your mind is positive, you can always make it in life.
So how would you tell or approach the issue of unemployment? Because there's a big number of youth who are currently jobless. Not that they don't have the ability to find jobs, but they're living in that space that is probably uninspiring enough for them to be motivated to get access to this particular opportunities. So how do they open up their minds and see beyond what their eyes can show them?
Good. I always tell people when I was starting the Herbal Unlimited, I started with 2,000. So one thing, I have knowledge of what you want to do. And someone said the knowledge is power. If you have that knowledge of what you want to do, I always believe you may not have the capital of money, but you may have a capital of mind. So everything starts with mind. What is your mindset to want something? So I always believe if you have good mindset and good approach of something, you can always work it out. So one, change your perspective for how you see things. So don't confess negative now and then. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you say there's no job, tomorrow you wake up and you repeat the same. So change your confession, change your mindset, and number 3, look for an opportunity that you can utilize whatever you have. Don't look for whatever you don't have. Work with whatever you have. So if I stayed somewhere and I said, I have only 2,000, today I could not be here I am. The hub they have been able to deliver.
What's your take on betting?
Well,
your honest assessment and opinion on it.
This is my studying and this is my opinion. Betting, somehow it makes people lazy. And that's my...
But it has made people billionaires.
But after, my question I always ask myself, after betting, when you get that money, how do you spend it? Because these people, they need to give us a solution. They need to train people. They need to inform these people. You know, there's a guy I thought I heard that he got, is that 36 million or 256 million?
Over 200
Over 200 million.
Yes.
He went and bought Mercedes. He went to Germany and all other stuff, Dubai. And today I'm hearing he's broke. But if these betting people, they can have a forum that they can train people and they can guide people how to use this money for the sake of investment, to be good. So betting is not bad off, but they need to have a forum. They need to have a unit that they can teach people how to use the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we know that there is that wealth that comes after a long period of time, and then there is that one like betting.
Yeah.
It comes instantly.
Yeah.
How is it, if you compare the two, which one is easier to manage? I know when it comes to money matters, you have to be very smart.
Sure.
But how easy is it to manage something that you have worked for a very long time and something that has just hit you?
It ought to go in one thing. Do you have a plan? If today you get 1 million, how are you going to spend it? That's the biggest question. So, but whenever you grow gradually, you always know the next move that you can take. Money have a spirit. If today someone come and table 1 billion here, maybe some of us will be confused because we never thought one day you can get to that level. But whenever you grow gradually, you always know the next move that you are making in life.
Yes.
So I always tell people it is always good to have a vision, even if the current situation does not look it's gonna work. Okay. So, but always have a hope, because God is God of supplies. He can supply one day, but always have a plan. Even if you don't have money, even if you don't have anything, always have a plan and always have a vision.
All right.
Yes.
How much are you worth?
It's a tricky one.
I know it's a tricky one. That's why I want to know.
It's around 300.
$300 million or 300 million?
300 million.
All right. For someone your age, I think that is really commendable. And I know that there's so many who would want to be in a similar position.
Yeah.
Maybe there is that power within that they're yet to harness, like you said. But going forward, we know that the government is trying to ensure that unemployment rate is lowered and probably in future done away with. But what can you tell that youth, probably who has cleared campus and is looking to venture into the job market? Because we know that business is not for everyone.
Yeah.
So what advice, as we wind up, would you give that kind of a person?
The advice I can tell them, always have an open mind. It will really help you. There's those people who say, I cannot do anything. Even I'm an IT guy, I will always hammer on IT. Always have an open mind. And it will really work for you. Yeah.
All right. Peter Kamau,
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I hope that the next time we meet, that 300 shall be 600, and then we meet again, a billion.
We are trusting God and we are believing God to the next move.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
That is Peter Kamau. He is the CEO, the managing director, you can name it, of the Habu Land Limited, being the engine behind the power tonight. Don't go too far. Business news is coming up next.